All right, so we got the motor out of the XJ600. Got that out thanks to Brett.
You say we.
Okay, I watched. Brett did the work.
You brought me tools.
I brought him tools. I was like the assistant. So Brett got this motor over here. So let's look at the size of that. And look at the size of the frame.
It's much larger. Much larger.
It's not gonna fit.
I mean, it could with a lot of cutting and welding, but we found a better solution.
Yeah. So what are we doing, Brett?
Well, we're going to basically chop the frame from right here and right there. And then we're going to do the same thing on the Yamaha frame and the Streetbike frame. Splice them together. It'll elongate a little bit, which is what we're going for. And we'll already have our engine mounts, and we know it fits, so it'll make it way easier. And then we're gonna take, because Ryan wants to try and keep this stock-ish look, so we're gonna cut right here and right here and take this back half off, so the seat and the fenders and everything will still sit on there, and then we'll tie that in to the Streetbike frame.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a little bit of a Frankenstein. So we'll have ATV frame like Brett was saying up to about here. We'll have Streetbike frame in the center, which will give us length and room and motor mounts to be bolting into for that. And then it'll go back to ATV frame in the rear portion. So we'll keep you updated. We'll have a lot of fabrication to do today. Do some welding. Yeah. This one's seen better days.
I don't underestimate me, Ryan.
Oh, I guess not. Dang. Well, we got half of the Streetbike apart.
Now you happy it has this stand now?
Oh yeah, I guess so. That's awesome. It's got a little stand. Shoot, just ride it like that.
It's kind of difficult. We're going to try.
So now we've got the Streetbike and the Blaster side by side. So this frame is going to get picked up, cut, and dropped into there. So time to strip down both of these frames a little bit more, make the final marks, and start splitting. There it goes. Just wheel that out. Sweet. Now we got our tubing for the engine. A little frame modification. Some of that guy is gonna go into that guy. All right. Jeez. So we've got the Streetbike frame mocked up against the ATV frame. Just trying to make the final decisions and cuts. We're looking at cutting the Streetbike frame there, letting it splice into the main ATV frame. And this bottom portion, we're looking at having these tubes run into those. Just trying to make the final decisions before we start cutting.
Yeah, we're not entirely sure what we're going to do yet. We'll get it figured out though. Right?
Oh yeah.
Mr. Cast.
Well, now we've got the ATV welded onto the welding table.
Yep.
Plans
changed. We're just going to start making ATV art.
ATV art.
Yeah.
Here's our exhaust stacks right here. Brap. Just kidding. we're gonna bend these, or attempt to bend these. So we welded it down to the table to see if that'll help us hold, because we couldn't hold it just on our own. So we're gonna try to see what BT's got in them. See if we can bend these bars. We need to get them level to splice it into the other frame we're working with.
You need to get that matte gas.
Yeah. Well, got a little more work done. So now we have a rolling frame. The frame is not completely finished, but what we did is we went ahead and started taking care of some of the major frame welding. So we've got some of these welds. This is a big 3/8 thick plate going right there. There will be more coming in here. So we'll have reinforcements coming from here to here, like that. So this is going to get plated more, but this is just the beginning. So we got this piece, went ahead and got in there. And then we have, of course, the street bike frame. The rear is just tacked in and set up for just to get mocked up. But this thing looks mean. Definitely going to make this wider in the rear. These front tires, this is just kind of for looks, just to see what it looks like, but these front tires are actually reversed. These are stock Yamaha Blaster tires put on backward, just to give it a lot wider of a front end. It looks awesome. The rear that is tacked up needs a little bit of adjustment before we get it actually put in there. There's a lot of reinforcement to go in here. The way this was cut out, it needs a ton of reinforcement. So this can get welded right to the frame. That actually fits up real nicely. But this bar here definitely needs to come and reinforce over to the frame over here. Get some triangulation in there. We're gonna have this lower bar come over to here. Gonna make a frame or some reinforcement there. And then it's just fine tuning after that. The back end sits a little low for my liking. I think it's a titch lower than stock. So gonna adjust that. Probably look into a longer shock, or possibly move the placement of the seat placement a little bit, just to get this looking a little better. But yeah, it looks great. So we come from a lot of clearance, the stock clearance right there. On the side, you can see this street bike frame drops lower than the stock Blaster frame. And then this placement, all the measurements are very, very close to stock for the suspension. And then of course the street bike frame really opens up for that motor. It's a 600cc motor, so that definitely needs some room. But it's coming along, it looks awesome. We got a lot more to come, a lot of fabrication, a lot of welding, and when it's all said and done, this thing's gonna go off and be painted or powder coated. Just, it's gonna be done right. So lots to come.